Hi there, this is Kelly Dean from the Tummy Team, and we're going to talk to you about Diastasis Recti Awareness Month. And July is Diastasis Recti Awareness Month. It's kind of a mouthful. It's this condition where your abdominal wall separates, it stretches so that the right and left side don't stay close together and your stomach bulges out in the middle. Sometimes it looks like a trench in the middle. Sometimes it looks like a alien bulging out. Sometimes it's hard to even really see, but you feel it in other ways. And so diastasis is the Latin term for a stretch or a separation, and recti is the rectus abdominis muscle, the outermost abdominal muscles of your waist, right? And the reason why we do what we do at the Tummy Team is a lot because of diastasis recti. There is so little information out there, and there's getting more and more, which is exciting, but it's kind of hard to find the truth. What is really going on? Because there's a lot of voices out there talking about it, and some of it is not accurate. And the reason that we even talk about this, the reason that this is a big deal with the Tummy Team is that it really started with my own story. I had 3 kids, and I had 5 miscarriages in the span of 12 years. And my body, as you can imagine, went through a lot of expanding and contracting, expanding and contracting. I was very physically fit going into pregnancy. And I thought that I would just have my babies and bounce back, and that is not what happened. And by the end of that whole journey of that fertility journey and that journey into motherhood, my body was literally falling apart. I looked perpetually pregnant, no matter if I was pregnant or not. And my back hurt all the time. My pelvic floor was very weak. I had a lot of instability in my SI joint and my pubic bone, a lot of pain down there. And I couldn't even hold myself up. I just felt like a deflated balloon. And I did all the fitness stuff that you would think you need to do to get strong again. I did all the crunches and the sit-ups, and I went running, and I did the Jillian Michaels videos and Pilates and yoga and everything I could think of, and everything seemed to make it worse. Every kind of fitness thing I did seemed to make it worse. I started to look more and more pregnant. I started to have more back pain, more pelvic floor problems. I really didn't know what was going on. And then I was diagnosed actually from my sister-in-law, who is a PT as well, and she saw me at a Thanksgiving dinner, and we don't live in the same town, and she checked me and she was like, oh my goodness, you have a massive, and at the time it was 6 fingers wide diastasis. That means I could put 6 fingers between the right and left side of my abdominal wall. And she goes, this is why you feel so terrible. Your body is really falling apart. And then we both started thinking about, what did we learn in PT school about this? And we learned like 2 minutes of information that did not seem relevant. It was like, wrap a sheet around their waist and have them do sit-ups. And I was like, I don't think that's going to fix this. So I went on a journey to figure out how to fix myself. And honestly, there was such horrible information out there. And now this was 10 years ago, but there was such a wide variety of do planks, do crossover crunches, don't do sit-ups, do more sit-ups, but pull your stomach together, bind your tummy all the time. Surgery is the only answer. You're never going to get it back. It's been, a year since your last baby was born. It's never going to get better. I was told everything, and I went to surgeons and physical therapists and talked to midwives and gynecologists and OBGYN and pelvic floor therapists, and really nobody gave me a lot of hope. And I really started to think surgery was the only option. And on my journey, I talked to a lot of girlfriends, and people started telling me little things about different approaches, and I started to look at it more like a physical therapist that would look at, okay, you have a problem, a muscle's not doing what it should be doing, and how do we get it back to do that? And my background was never in prenatal and postpartum rehab. Before I did this, I was a brain injury and stroke specialist. And so I spent a lot of time trying to think about, how do you retrain the brain to connect to this muscle that basically feels like my stomach had a stroke? It was uncoordinated. inactive. It was not doing what it needed to do. And it was so important for me to hold myself together, and I couldn't get it back. And so I did as much training as I could and researched. And then I started working on healing my own tummy. And as I did, I started helping other moms that I knew in my mom's group and girlfriends and friends of friends. And then another girlfriend said, it's like you have a little tummy team. And then I started the tummy team, and then we got a clinic, and then people started coming to see us, and then we started seeing people online in Skype sessions, and then I started to videotape some of the stuff we did so people that didn't live near me could watch it and learn as well. And now we have 7 online programs. We have a clinic with several therapists. We do professional trainings around the country, and we have an international professional training program where we train birth professionals, physical therapists, chiropractors, anybody in the rehab field, and anybody in the fitness field. And this is what we do. We want to change what people think when they hear the diagnosis diastasis recti, or maybe they didn't even get diagnosed because it's completely underdiagnosed. And the reason is, doctors and rehab professionals and fitness professionals and birth professionals have not had great solutions to fix this condition. So they don't point it out, and they don't tell you about it. But we want to tell you that you can heal this condition. And it's not cosmetic. It's not just a pregnancy issue, although pregnancy was a big component for me. It's not just a fitness issue of what you can and cannot do. It's actually a lifestyle issue. If you think about your core muscles, the muscles that wrap around your body and elongate you and hold you together, they're designed for all-day use, how we sit, stand, move, how we breathe. And when these muscles are separated in here and there's a big gap in the middle, not only are organs displaced and not supported, but our spine isn't supported, and the muscles cannot hold our pelvis and our rib cage together, so we're collapsed and we're frumpy and we're struggling through life, okay? We don't want that. We can fix that. And that's what we do at the tummy team. So a big portion, yes, we have all these online programs. Yes, we have a clinic, and we do this professional training. But we want to bring more awareness worldwide to this condition because it is kind of epidemic. When I go to a mom's group and check tummies, I would say at least 80% of the women in the room have a diastasis. And yes, these are moms that have young children, but that's 80% of mothers that we check have a diastasis. And often it's way higher than that. And sometimes these moms have been moms for like 30 years, and their abdominal wall still is not pulled together. So for 30 years, and a lot of times when we see our clients, they'll say, I've never been the same since I first had my first baby. I've never felt the same. And we know that motherhood changes you. It's a huge transformation. We're not in the business of being get skinny quick and don't look like you ever had a child when your body transformed to give birth. But we want you to be strong. We want you to be healthy. We want you to be active. We want you to be involved in your kids' lives and not feel like you're falling apart, and not feel like you're wetting your pants when you shouldn't, not feel like your back might go out if you play baseball with your kids, or you jump on the trampoline like something horrible is going to happen. The reason I tell you my story is because my story is so many of our clients' story. Yeah, they may not have a 6-finger diastasis. They might have a 2 or a 3-finger diastasis, but it's still a separated abdominal wall. It's still an unsupported core that needs support for function. So I want you to follow what we're doing this month. We have a lot of fun things planned on social media, on Facebook, as well as Instagram, as well as our website and our YouTube channel. Everything that we do, we're trying to get the information out to you so that you know the truth about diastasis recti. We really think that our website is a place that should be a resource for you and for other people. So if you're unsure of what's going on in your body, look at our website, thetummyteam.com. Our goal is to validate what's going on with people. We don't blow off your symptoms. We know these are real, legitimate things. This is not just cosmetic. I don't want to look pregnant anymore. If you look pregnant when you're not pregnant, then your abdominal walls are not doing their job, and there's usually a consequence, and we want to help you with that. Okay, and there's nothing vain about that. You know, if a mom is not strong, then the rest of the family really is affected by that. So our resources on our, like, we have just so much information at thetummyteam.com. So we want to validate and educate you, and then we have the resources for you to get help. So the great thing is we have all of our online programs. Remember, I said we have 7 online programs, and all of them in some way or another talk about diastasis recti. We have our basic core foundations program. We have our floor of your core. We have a prenatal core training. We have a C-section course. We have all preparing for abdominal surgery course. We have a lot of different courses, and we want you to get the help you need, and they're all going to be 25% off for the whole month of July. So look at what we have to offer and invest in yourself. We will take you step by step through the process to not feel like you're lost and alone, but to have strategies and the strength to get better. Okay, so we're here for you, and we're excited to help you get strong and learn more about diastasis recti. Feel free to ask us questions. We're happy to answer your questions. We'll be answering questions all month long, and we have a free giveaway every week this month. So check out our Instagram and our Facebook to look for those giveaways. We're giving away free online programs every week this month. So we would love to help you and give you the resources you need. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.